With summer being right around the corner and spring already being here, it's the perfect time to make some crop tops. Crop tops come in many different styles, but today I'll be spilling the tea on how to sew this tank crop top. It has a low neckline at the front and it has an even lower neckline at the back. If you get the tank dress sewing pattern that I posted on Quaint.com, not only will you be able to make your own tank dress, but you'll also be able to make several tank tops just like this one for yourself and for your loved ones. To sew this crop top, get yourself the following items: half yard of stretchy knit fabric and matching thread, pins, a fabric scissors, a tape measure, tailor's chalk and a French curve, an iron for pressing, a sewing pattern, and machines to sew. To get this pattern, visit Quaint.com and go to sewing patterns. The link will be in my description box down below. First things first, let's cut the crop top from the fabric. Check to see what part of your fabric has the most stretch. Bonus points if it stretches equally both ways. I'm going to be placing my pattern along this folded edge here. This is the center front of the pattern, but first I am measuring the length I want my crop top to be. So you're going to measure from the tip of your shoulder down to where you want the hem to be placed, and you're going to transfer that measurement onto your sewing pattern. Based on where your hem falls, you're going to take your pattern and fold along that area right there. Then you're going to place your pattern on top of your fabric and pin it into place. Once that's done, trace around your pattern using your tailor's chalk. Fold again along the line and measure down at least a half of an inch from the bottom of the pattern. Now you can cut around your pattern using your scissors. Bam! If you don't want to lower your neckline, you can skip this step. But if you want to show some more cleavage, measure and mark about 2 inches from the top of your armhole as well as from the top of your center front. Use your French curve to draw 2 lines to establish the new armhole and the new neckline, and then use your scissors to cut along those lines. Now you're going to use the front piece as a pattern to cut out the back piece. You are cutting it the same exact size. And we're going to lower the neckline of the back piece. Measure and mark about 5 inches from the top, and then use your French curve to re-establish a new neckline. I've placed some pins here just to hold my fabric into place while I cut, and I am cutting along the line that I just drew. Now this is the front and this is the back. When they're unfolded, they will look like this. If you are new here, I'm Gabby and this is So Quaint. On this channel, every week I teach creative people like you something new. If you're not subscribed yet, you are missing out. Now it's time to stitch the crop top together. Put the front and back pieces of your crop top right sides together and pin at the shoulders and sides. Stitch along where you pinned using a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then finish this area with a zigzag stitch or serger. You can make as many adjustments as you need in order to get the right fit. Finish the armholes and the necklines as well as the hem using your serger. If you don't have a serger, you could also use zigzag stitches, or you could leave your fabric raw because knit fabrics do not fray. Right, my crop top is looking good. If yours is looking good too, give this video a thumbs up. Next order of business is to fold and pin your neckline and armholes by 1/4 of an inch. If you're skilled enough and you've had enough practice, you could also just fold and stitch as you go along. But for the hem, you're going to be folding by 1/4 inch, not once, but twice. Then take this to your sewing machine and stitch along the areas where you pinned. Sometimes pins tend to take a lot longer than if you just fold and stitch. So if that's something that you can do, then by all means, go ahead and do that. If you are not using a serger, then you want to stretch your fabric while you stitch so that your threads won't pop when you're trying your top on. But if you have used a serger, then you don't have to worry because the serger has already done the stretching for you. To finish off this crop top, use a press cloth and your iron to press all the areas that you just stitched. This is gonna give your crop top a crisp, clean finish, and I know that's what you want, so go for it. This is my crop top. I absolutely love it. Follow me on Instagram at Quaint to tag me in your crop tops that you've made and to see how I style this crop top.